I think to merge myself into the Macanese culture was fairly easy, mostly because I already had friends and family here. Also because Macau tends to be a very international place, so you have a lot. For example, regarding the food, you have a lot of types of foods from many places around the world. So that's one thing that helps with merging into the Macanese culture. If I feel isolated here in Macau, I would say maybe because of my culture, I tend to hang out more with Portuguese people. But as I've mentioned, thanks to Macau being so international, you can also find other people, other groups, and try to mingle with them. So in that case, I wouldn't say I feel too isolated, but there's always small cases where that happens. I've definitely gone to all the museums here in Macau, the Macau Museum, the Maritime Museum, um, and of course there's also like theater plays. I wouldn't maybe once I get older, I'll take a more interest to Macau culture, which I guess thinking now is a bit selfish on my behalf. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't learn more about the place where I live, so I should change that. I'd say the Macanese culture itself hasn't changed. What has changed is Macau and the surroundings. Obviously, the biggest difference is all the casinos. A lot more people coming from mainland. But I'd say the traditions, the people that have always been here, the culture itself hasn't changed much. It's still the same. Obviously, Macau was the Portuguese colony, so there still are a lot of Portuguese here. Um, Therefore, I can still very much experience my culture. There are festivals such as Zofonia. Um, Also, the cultural center has a lot of theater plays and everything. And going back to food, there's a lot of Portuguese restaurants here with, I would say, very much authentic food. Um, and so, yes, definitely, Macau. I can still experience my own culture here in Macau.
Tell me your name and your profession.
Yes. Pedro, Pedro Oliveira and I'm a student.
Okay, so what is the weirdest cultural belief that you have in your culture that you might think shock other culture or surprise other culture?
Well, it's not really a belief per se, but that's a cultural thing that Portuguese people tend to be late for things. Sometimes we choose to be late because I don't know why, but we do it.
Okay, so the next question is what is the most important cultural belief that you can share with us and why you think it's important?
Again, it's not a belief, but like cultural thing. It's I would say food or social life. I think Portuguese social life is a very good experience.
So do you think your culture helped you to become who you are right now or you grow by your experience along the way?
Yeah, sure.
How?
Well, because it made me who I am today. Everything that I do, it's based on my culture. Everything, the way I think, is also based on my culture. Even things that are not culturally related to Portugal nowadays that I have, they come somehow they come from the culture that I have, which is Portuguese.
Okay, so what makes your culture unique? Can you explain further?
I forgot. What was my answer? Oh yeah, again the food. But yeah, I think that's unique. Also, yeah, the identity of Portugal. If you search more scientifically, if you search the DNA of Portuguese people, you can find that Portuguese people are one of the most multicultural people because for centuries we've been receiving people that they are expelled from tribes from attacks and they meet the last border towards the ocean, which before was supposedly the end of the world. it was Portugal, so everyone mixed in Portugal.
Okay, so last question. If you teach someone, or if you can teach someone something from your culture, what would it be and why?
I'll teach them how to cook Portuguese food. Definitely.
Okay, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.